Hey everybody, how's it going? This is going to be a tutorial screen recording to help you guys learn how to take and edit photos for the stained glass fruit slice project. All right, let's get started. So you can see that I've already gone ahead and sliced up my fruit. I have a slice of lemon and a slice of blood orange. What you guys really want to find is a citrus fruit. So it could be orange, lemon, it could be grapefruit, any kind of citrus. What we're looking for is this kind of detailed structure inside the fruit. So we want to see all those lines and veins and kind of the structure of the fruit. And this is seen very nicely in citrus. So go find yourself an orange or a lemon, or like I said, I went to the store and bought like a 60-cent blood orange because I thought it would look really cool. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and backlight it, and you're going to want to put it on something like, for me, I have parchment paper here. You can use a paper towel, but you want to put something between your fruit and your light source just so you're protecting it. You can also do this during the daytime and use natural light, which is great. Or if you want to do it at nighttime but you don't have a laptop, you can get like over here, you see I have a plastic lid and just a flashlight underneath. Same thing. You just want to kind of find a light source that you can light up the fruit from underneath, okay? From there, it's on to the picture taking. So let's go ahead and jump into that. I'm going to turn this light off in the office to just kind of give my monitor a bit more oomph. There we go. And we do these one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in at 2 times here. I'm going to tap to focus. Again, we're really trying to take the best, most detailed, tack sharp image we can. So we're going to lock in focus by holding it. I'm going to see what brightening it up does. That actually loses some of that structure, so I don't like that. Coming down, that looks kind of good. So we're going to take that. So we're just going to go ahead and snap it. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing over here on the blood orange. So we're going to tap to focus, tap and hold to lock it. Going to see what going up looks like. It's kind of cool. Going down, I think I like up on this one. So I'm going to go up. That looks kind of cool. And again, take the photo. Okay. All right, from here, guys, we're going to go into our first of 2 apps, which is going to be Lightroom Mobile. So here we go. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to go into Lightroom here. You're going to want to, at this point, bring in your photo. And so we're going to go ahead and search for it. So you click the little plus picture on the bottom. You're going to search in your camera roll, and you're going to find your photos. So I'm going to choose it. And here we go. It's in. All right, so we're going to be going through a few different areas of the app, and I'll kind of talk you through them one by one. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to try auto. So down at the bottom, you have your scrollable menu, and so you're going to find auto, and you can just click on it, see what it does. That's not bad. I like it. If I didn't like it, at the top, you can hit that little backwards arrow, and it'll say undo auto settings or undo the step you had. But I'm going to re-enable it because I do like it. If you want to use it more as a starting point, then you can go ahead and click into the light menu, which is just next to it. Here you'll see all of the auto adjustments that it made, but you can then go ahead and change these to your taste or your preference. Again, the goal is to expose for the details, for the cellular structure of the fruit. All right. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and kind of see what more contrast looks like. Kind of like that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my highlights a little bit. You can kind of play around with it. Whites up a little bit, and then we'll see what shadows. So I think that looks pretty good. We don't want to overdo it. We have a lot more to go, so this is kind of more of a beginning stage. So once we do that, then we can go ahead and move over to the color. And in the color, guys, we just want to see what temp and tint do. And so we can kind of slide, if you use the tint slider down more to the blue, it kind of does that. But I want to preserve the yellow, the richness of this. And so, but I don't want to go too warm. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is just kind of keep it really kind of neutral, maybe 3 or 4. Same thing with tint. Let's see, more magenta, more green. Again, I think I want to just kind of keep it true. I'm going to keep it there, okay? Vibrance, maybe boost that up just a tad, bring up the yellows just a little bit. Saturation, I usually don't touch, so I'm not going to touch it here. And that's all I'm doing in color, all right? So from here, we're just going to kind of move on over. We're going to go over to effects. And in effects, we're going to be using texture and clarity quite a bit, okay? Both of them really help to define the photo. And so this is, again, a matter of taste. And your goal is to expose for the details, for the structure. And so we're just going to kind of, but you can see right there, like that does a whole bunch. So I'm going to kind of go heavy. I usually wouldn't do this, but for this project, it looks really nice. Gonna go 50 on my texture and gonna go 35 on my clarity. You guys can try dehaze and all that. You guys can also try vignette. But, you know, again, those are more to taste. Here's what vignette looks like. So you can go ahead and apply like a really heavy one, really bright. I think if you're going for more of a grunge, that looks good. But I'm going to just leave my vignette off. However, if you do vignette, make sure that you also play with things like the midpoint, like where it comes into, the feather, so how much it kind of blends or doesn't blend, and then also the roundness. Do you want it to be more round or whatnot, okay? I'm going to go ahead and reset all of those because I don't actually want them. Here we go. Okay, so from here, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open it in Snapseed. Now, we're not going to save it and then open it. We're going to open it from Lightroom and have it open directly into Snapseed. The way we do that is we hit the share button, which again is that kind of square with the arrow facing up out of it. And then we're going to find the option to open in. You're going to click open in. It's going to go ahead and kind of process a minute, and then you're going to get this menu. You're going to scroll all the way over to where it says more with those 3 dots. Click on more, and then you're going to scroll down till you find Snapseed. And there we go. So it opens in Snapseed, and we already kind of are at a decent spot because we're picking it up in Snapseed from where we left it off in Lightroom Mobile. Okay, so now that we're in Snapseed, we're going to go into our tools, and we're going to do a couple things. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into Tune Image, and we're just going to kind of play with it. Okay, again, this is adjusting to your taste, keeping in mind that we want to keep the details intact. You might need to do brightness or saturation or color or ambience, but a lot of you guys might just need contrast, and so I'm just going to kind of play with contrast, see what it does. I already added a bunch in Lightroom, so it's not doing a whole lot, but I kind of like what it's doing, so I'm going to kind of stay there. I'm going to check that, say I like that. I'm going to go back into Tools, and this time I'm going to find the Details, which is, again, in that top row next to Tune Image towards the left side. And in Details, we really have 2 options, Sharpening and Structure. We want to see what Structure does. So we're going to choose Structure, kind of scroll until it comes up, and you can see right away that that does a lot to kind of bring out the fine details of this fruit slice. So that's making it look a lot more like stained glass. I like that a lot. So feel free to go real heavy on this, guys. You might not want to go all the way to 100, or you might, but again, edit to taste, keeping in mind that you're not trying to blow out any details. I'm going to check that, say that I like it. Back into Tools, because Tools is where we go for pretty much everything in Snapseed. And I'm going to find Retrolux. It's in the 4th row, right in the middle. It's a little mustache icon, which is interesting. And here there are just lots of different filters. So you just kind of want to find one that you like. You can press those those arrows that are crisscrossing to kind of find one that it'll kind of just shuffle through. You guys can find one that you like. And then once you find one that you like, you can then click on the slider adjustments, and you can adjust everything. So the strength style, I'm going to go ahead and kind of bring it back down. I'm going to take my saturation and go way back up because I don't want to lose that yellow I try to observe. I'm going to go ahead and take my scratches down just a bit, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, so from there I'm going to check it. Retrolux is done, and then from here I'm going to go back into Tools, and I'm going to find Grunge. Grunge is actually right next to Retrolux, so it's in that 4th row, and it's the 4th from the left or 2nd from the right. It's got a little kind of a guitar head, and again, you're just going to kind of find a grunge that you like. So kind of click through it, or you can click here and choose them. I like this one, and then I'm going to adjust it. So the style, I'm actually going to bring it up. The style goes through colors. So you can see the style number at the top is changing. I'm going to go up rather high. I'm looking for like a blue, I think. I kind of like. See if I can find it. Actually, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and take the texture strength and kind of come down. I'm going to go ahead and take my brightness, see what that does. It's going to come down a little bit too. And there we go. Now from here, guys, we're going to go and do a familiar step, which is we're going to go ahead and go into our view edits. So at the top, you're going to click that icon with the arrow jumping over the box. Click on view edits. This will bring you to all your layers. We want to click into the grunge layer, which is the one we just covered. Click into our brush icon, and we're going to invert the layer. So press the invert layer icon. It's that little black triangle with the half black white circle. There we go. And then I'm going to brush the grunge layer effect off of my fruit slice. I'm just going to kind of brush over it. Make sure your brush is set to 0, guys. 0 is going to go ahead and take it all off. Or if you want to like around the edges, you can maybe do it at 25% or 50 to kind of blend it together. I kind of like this. And so I'm going to check it. And then from here, guys, if I like it, we're good. This is also a great step, guys. If you want to go back into your details or into Retrolux or anything, you can go ahead and make adjustments in here at this time. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. So I like it the way it's looking. I'm going to hit back. And then at this point, we're going to be finishing it up. So I'm going to go ahead and crop it. Just kind of even it out. I think these look really good just as a nice, even kind of symmetrical crop. So I'm going to keep it nice and in the middle. There we go. Bring it a little bit in here from the left. That looks pretty much even. Again, don't spend too much time. Just kind of get it to where you like it. And then the last thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to add a frame. So frames is at the very bottom row. And I actually like, let's see, go through a couple here. Kind of want to get one that's more, let's see. I like this one. So we can go ahead and save it and then export it out. And that, guys, is the project. You guys will be making 2 of these. So go ahead and follow this tutorial and enjoy. Good luck. And I can't wait to see what you guys create.